Well, ShipLinx has been really helpful in us getting our ability to really pare down how we want to use transportation, because in our previous TMS we were not able to do a lot of the functionalities we do today, as in multi-legs or consolidations, pull pointings, even the load builder process, being able to identify who and what we want to route in a certain way wasn't the case. So having the RateLinx be able to show us, or not show us, but allow us to move the freight in the way we would like to, versus trying to manually manipulate things through the system. With the consolidations, we do have a supplier that we do a lot of pull pointing with. So we will consolidate a first leg. We'll route a shipment and it will split into two legs. Then you'll have the line haul leg that goes to a LTL hub somewhere in the country. So we do have regional hubs that we send into these LTL companies, and then they disperse into their network. That has saved us, I'd say, millions of dollars in freight damage, just because we had the ability to move this freight this way. The reporting process has been huge. It allows us to look at our information fairly quickly by really pulling the columns and information we want to see within a minute or two. We don't have to necessarily always do a pivot. We can pull a report and pivot off it, but a lot of times just the functionality of the reporting allows us to see it at that level. So then we can just look at that anytime or save that report, so then we come back at it at a later time. Load Builder in general has saved us a lot of time, because previously we had to do things more on a task base. So if something would go into a queue, and then we'd have to actually do something about that. So with being able to build the rules within Load Builder, when shipments come through the system, it directs it the way we want to. We also have major projects we have each year that go into a certain location. So we have multiple ship from locations that go into a specific let's say final mile carrier, and then we're able to build those final miles without having to individually build them out by hand. So based on what you set up front, you're able to identify the outcome you want and not really have to put on that extra hours of work just to manipulate the data or manipulate the shipments to get it to ship the way you want. It flows the way you want if you build it right up front. So RateLinx has really helped us be more proactive than reactive to the process. I've really started getting into tracking, and our customer support manager, he's been really helpful in getting us to where we want to. We're currently working through a process to make that more actionable, instead of having to download reports and then say, hey, this is what we need to do for missed pickups. We can do that. We're working towards a process where we can just go into basically a dashboard or tracking screen, and then just work from it from there, and then clear things up from there, and not have to download and transpose information into different parts of the system. So we do work closely with our customer service, and a lot of their pain points is with tracking with Parcel. So we are working with them to build reporting that they can actually review that on a daily basis without us having to send them something, but make it available to them without having to go through too many loops. Making that more efficient to identify if there's issues within if there's parcel shipments they need to react to, versus just hey, what's going on? I don't know. Well, here's your ability to do that.